Welcome to Rever's Railroads Online Rail Repair. And we are sitting right where we left off the last episode, over by the big curved bridge leading up to the coal mine. You can almost see the coal mine out there in the distance. It'd probably be kind of hard to pick up in YouTube, but it's a little bit different, brighter colored white out there. In any event, our problem today, at least our starting problem, is this section up here up until about the hairpin turn. I think everything else is going to be kind of okay, but there's a turn at the end of this valley. Let me show you where we're at. I realized after recording, I haven't really been showing you guys where we've been at, but for the last few episodes, we have been working our way from the smelter all the way down. There's a valley on the left-hand side, or I'm sorry, the right-hand side of the map, the eastern side. We are on the western side of that valley. There's like a plateau you can kind of see that's next to the mountain where the word iron mine is, that mountain that goes north from there. We've been just working our way all the way up there. Now we're down where you can see where my arrow is, and there's, we just went over a gully that's right here. Right, and then that's why this bridge is. So look at here, and this looks like a straight section right there. Right, so I think I could go up to where it's, let's see what we could delete. Yeah, just rails. All right, so we could delete that. And then this is just way too tight and wonky. And we could blame some of it on the spline thing, but that's mostly on me. So I think it's just, I wanted to stay up on this ridge here. And I don't think that's the smart thing to do. Let's come here and delete all for a second. And then we'll see about putting in this bridge mostly. Demolish all. Right, so like from some point, probably even get rid of that section as well and then leave this one. Problem is I can't really get up there now that I did that, huh? Let's see if we can't. Alright, let's see if I can't. All right, there we go. So instead of, that's looking pretty reasonable, right? We can come around there. So instead of trying to go all the way over to where that thing is to the right, that rail bed over there, we're going to try to, we're just going to go a bunch straighter. And then I'm going to take that Alt tool off. And we'll do a little Q action. All right, did I put myself in the bridge? No, it kicked me out. Good. Yeah, now look at that. That's sort of pretty horrible. Not sure why it did that. Problem is I can't get up there. Can I? I'm gonna have to be on the ground. Yeah, we really can't. Beating up two bridges. Yeah, let's try to. Let's see. Can I get you to go at least over here? Right. Let's try this again. Not like I've laid down a ton of bridges. See, I want you to be on an angle, and then get rid of that Alt tool. Yeah, see how it does that? Well, I guess that's okay. Right, and then let's see about, we'll do a constant grade just to get started right from here. Yeah, I'm thinking we should go out straight, even though it might not look that great. We might end up with a bridge, right? So let's Let's see what we end up with over here. Pretty darn close, isn't it? Yeah, that's not going to be what we keep, but all of this can go. We got hidden stuff underneath of it and everything. Oh, that was our attempt to make it look a little bit better. Yeah, well, it'd be rather tight there, but not ridiculously so. Yeah, I think I left. I think I'd like to do that with a bridge, right? Let's go cut some trees. Let's demolish that and that. I think is this all one piece, I think? Let's go stand on the bridge so I don't get knocked off. No. That was all one piece. But that's okay. We can easily redo that. Alright, so this would be... Yeah, that's what happened to me last time. Let's either up that hill or I'm not. So let's cut the trees. Definitely, it's a heck of a brick wall. Let's get rid of that and that and that and that. We'll do constant. Just tell you what, putting that gravel on there does make it a lot easier to get up on the wall, right? So here's what I'm thinking. We do this part in stone, right? Yeah, that's kind of interesting though. Can we get that thing to turn properly from there? So let's see about putting in a bridge. We have to cheat our bridge a little bit over. All right, let's do the alt thing. Can't really see anything. Yeah, I think I'm heading in the right direction. It's pretty close, isn't it? It's kind of silly, that one little piece. Let's see what we made over here. I don't know if that's... Yeah, why is that so... The wall looked fine, but now this looks like... Yeah, that's definitely being forced. Well, let's go back over further. I don't really want to make that turn too much sharper. That's... Yeah, you can see where we already restarted here, right? So if we... Right, I mean, I guess it doesn't look so bad from this point of view, but it certainly... Come on. There you go. Yeah, it definitely doesn't look as bad, but this is just way too sharp, I feel like, in here, you know? Is there something we can do to make that a bit less? All right, maybe we start the bridge back further. It'll just make it look better. Maybe it's not so much a matter of the turn, but the way the bridge itself looks. It's going to be hard to match that bridge up, isn't it? Yeah, let's go back all the way up on top of the bridge. We're going to delete that section of it. Maybe this section. See if we can't curve it back towards the other way. A little bit sooner, right? So like just as this starts going back that way, we'll all right, we'll just keep it straight here. Get rid of the alt thing. So if anything, I'm going to start turning it this way, right? Get up where I can see. I really don't want that to be down. Even's fine, but yeah, I mean, is that silly to have a bridge that's like that? I mean, I guess not. You see that in the mountain passes all the time. And then I think, if we were, I mean, it's not like it's that expensive to necessarily build that bridge like that versus building all that wall. At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Something like that. Yeah, we got that down there. All right, so let's go get rid of all of this until we can. All right, we're just going to make that even height off of here. I guess we have to get back up on there. Yeah, I think running along this ridge would be nice, but let's get kind of high. All right, then we'll do, doesn't matter, variable stone wall is fine because I don't plan on changing it. All right, not too much more. Well, that was probably more than I wanted to delete, but yeah, that's fine. Now, do I want to just do the gravel? I think that's fine. At some point, I mean, I like the way these stone walls look, but something makes me feel like they're too expensive. Because it's kind of probably not true. But yeah, we'll stick with them, I guess. We'll do constant grade. Hopefully that's about the middle. There we go. We're getting to head height anyway. That's too much. Let's hop up here and see what. Yeah, that one's about perfect, huh? Just see what our track would look like. We'll be okay. Some of this just is mountain passes. I don't think we're going to get this perfect just because we're so limited. But we've certainly made a big improvement on that bottom of that turn there. And I think the fact that we're not going back downhill and that this is just a level section is probably pretty smart. All right, let's see how that went before we go too much further. Usually pretty good. If you have a nice smooth rail bed here, that's nice. Yeah, I think we're... I didn't mean to fall off of there. Oh, come on. Get up. Come on. There. Yeah, that is a big argument against these things. Against these walled. Even though I think it does look nice in a lot of cases. All right, so I think we're just going to do this other kind of rail bridge until we meet back up with our... All right, we'll make that cheat it a little bit this way, maybe. Hit Alt to get out of that other mode. I'm going to try to stay in the center of the bridge and see what this ends up looking like. You can always redo sections of it or the whole thing, but... All right. I think the bridge, where the bridge is pretty reasonable. Up there, maybe not so much, but we'll kind of straighten that. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we're going to start going straight right there. Cover those sins up. Okay, so the only problem I have now is look at that dip. I don't know, it doesn't look so bad from there, but it's certainly a transition, isn't there? But then this whole thing should be pretty much level, maybe a little bit downhill. So I guess that's what we're seeing is that. Now, do I like the way that swings around? You know, it's not ideal. That's definitely not ideal right there. Yeah, let's redo this. Yeah, when you're on the bridges, you definitely... Yeah, see the way that swings out and then... Yeah, I don't like that so much. And the other thing I don't like is... That's fine. Yeah, I really don't like the transition. See if we can go from there to there with just like one single piece that's about the right height. All right, so you want to be there. Get up on this one, I hope. Yes. Wrong way. So we'll start from this end this time. See if we can't bring that around. Yeah, it already looks nicer from that bridge perspective, I think. Don't swing that way. Just, if anything, swing in just a bit. Get rid of that alt mode. not perfect. See how where I met up is not perfect, but this is, reasonably nice. See, it's not perfect right there either. It kind of swings around. Ooh. Yeah, let's do the rails of all the things. Yeah, so that was, I don't know if that was the spline thing doing that or me, but certainly, yeah, see, it's just, yeah, let's try that because that's a little bit more. That one down there is a little bit more heading this direction. I think it'll be. Come on. Back up to get that to be. I don't know if you guys can see what I see when that, like, this is a little bit different than I would like it maybe, but that's just, to me, that's a lot smoother and better. Again, I'm not sure how well that comes across on the YouTube or anything, but certainly when you compare it to what we had over there, it's a lot more expensive looking, but we don't need to pay for it, right? And then look how this swings out. Yeah, we'll redo that too, since we're being fuddy duddies about everything. Take it all the way back to the. Unfortunately, you don't just redo a little bit of a turn in this game. You'd redo the whole thing. All right, so let me redo it from this side. I think we can make it work. We'll just work out the kink, right? If there is such a thing. And see, even that rail we just put there is that's perfect. Tiny fractions of a degree make it look better or worse, right? So we'll try to keep that. Yeah, see, part of the problem is the whole bridge is swinging that way just a little bit. Hopefully we can. Now we'll get out of the alt mode after going straight a little bit. I just don't want to swing it. I don't want to run out of bridge. I don't want to make the turn any sharper than I need to, but. I may just stay with these for the sake of the turn. Yeah, that's so far so good. How's it meet up? Yeah, a little bit of a swing out, but it's not that big a deal. I'm not going to get hurt if I fall off the bridge. Just have to get back up. They should have. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, well, we need to run back up there for the train anyway. So let's just keep going. We'll cut some trees down while anything we can reach. That's. All right, there's another thing to delete. Good all. There we go. All right, so all of this I think is fine. until we get, I think there was a few spots that maybe aren't so great. Let's just run up there. This we just redid, so hopefully that's all right. That's not perfect right there, but we don't necessarily need perfect. Some of this is just dictated by the terrain itself. Yeah, that turn right there. Let's take a look at that while we cut some trees. Is that? Yeah. Yeah, it's not ideal, but we shouldn't be coming through there too fast anyway. I mean, we could probably redo that, but there is a limit to even how much I want to redo for little things that don't actually affect us. It's when we derail. Now up here, I don't think we have a huge amount. Right, but I think what I was thinking of is let's see what we can't do with this turn to make it a little bit less sharp. So I think the first thing that's coming to mind is to delete this section that we're on. And like, see how that's like, we'll go from back here where the turn is and make it straighter and closer to that stone, that rock that's sticking out there. Right, and then so if we will come over here more, right, like swing wide, and then that'll at least bring us into the turn a little bit less sharp, I guess. Let's cut some trees. I want to go down that hill, but and then maybe we can swing it over towards this side a little bit more. Get some of these trees out of the way. Not that. Right, there's really just not too much we can do. I mean, there is some point we just have to go slower. Yeah, I think if we try to swing that wider, we're just making this sharper, right? So I think this section's fine. I think maybe when we get to right here, right, we could talk about cutting that corner more, right? And then swinging it wider. Swinging it wider this way, right? Like we go that way. Just generally making this a little bit less curvy. All right, I'm not sure how much of that I want to get into right there, but like if we just had a straight section, I'm picturing. So let's go ahead and just I'll do a constant. We'll see what a constant grade gets us there, right? So this. So we were at a 4 grade before, so let's just see. Right, I'm just picturing it coming this way. It's the other thing we could do is probably, yeah, I can't really see. Right, and then can we come at a more steady grade, right? So then we're going to try to see about I'm sure that that's not very good. All right, so let's delete some of the confusing stuff that I got going on there. Can we get it? It's not too bad. We can redo a little bit. There might be some permanently missing sections in there, and that looks like heck right there, but we'll get rid of all of this. That looks good. Yeah, we sort of have to swing it back a little bit this way. Could we make that? Yeah, we could probably make this a lot less sharp. Or at least somewhat less sharp if we go back to here. Right, and then instead of having this swoop, see how it swoops back that way? We'll, yeah, from like that point, we'll see if how straight we can go. Well, that's not it. Yeah, just skim right past there. All right, then we're going to stay. Really, you know what? Let's lower it just so I can see. All right, so that brings this back in here a lot tighter. And then we should cut this one down too. Yeah, it kind of sticks out around that rock, but we'll just ignore that. That's kind of fine, right? We moved it over, but we'll see. Trees. Oh, get up on it. No. Yeah, this is just a tight turn here. Yeah, I mean, I think that at some point it would make sense to come back to, like, say, we're going to have to go all the way back to the straight section, which it's like here. Right, and then obviously we're going to pull it tight. I might even try to pull it as tight over this side of here as I can. And the only, yeah, like it, and then just get all of this. Yeah, it's just tight right in there. See if I can't just swing this around wide, or let's get rid of those trees, because that one tree in particular was that one up there. Get rid of that one because I can't. So even though it might look a little bit goofy, I'm just going to try to swing this as wide as I can around here. Do I really even start further back? I think I do. All right, get rid of that goofy looking section. And we're going to go straight up towards that pine tree and then We're going to do constant grade. All right, so we'll head right on up 2 degrees, I think it was, right? Whatever it is. We'll see. So we're going to swing it like nice and wide around here. Yeah, I think that's about as wide as we can get it. And then we'll come back up. All right, so how's that look? Pretty sharp right there. Yeah, I mean it's like I said, it is going to sharpen that turn, but this is the one we were having the most problem with. So, does this get more gradual? I mean, I think it's never going to be too gradual. That's certainly a sharp bit right there. We can. Yeah, well, let's go ahead. It seems to be getting darker. Is that just me? All right, well, let's go all the way down here and see what happens when we run the track. See if we make it look nice. Haven't gone back and forth. And then this is pretty much it as far as this whole line goes. I think we're going to be in reasonable shape at that point. Might be some other issues that I'm not aware of or not thinking of right this minute, but let's just see. So when I derailed here, I think I was just going too fast in a new locomotive. But I just wanted to make sure that this was all right, swing it wide. We'll start turning as soon as we think we can. I wanted to keep this. Yeah, it's just tight. All right, how's that look? Like I said, tight. Swing it nice and wide, kind of minimize that turn as best we can. And then we got to transition into this one, and looks good right there so far. Kind of as tight as we can get it this way. And then, I tried to bring it back in. It's just no bringing it back in, right? Like I tried to keep it as consistent, like there's me bringing it back in, but yeah, it gets a little bit sharper right there and a little bit sharper right there. And then it's pretty nice through there. So can we... Yeah, I think I could swing that out just a little bit better. I hope I don't have to delete the whole curve. Oh, come on. All right, I think I can pull it off from right there. Let's just put this back in. never looks as good when you when you do that. All right, let's go. All right, see how it's not doesn't look quite as nice. Yeah, so I think I can meet these back up just a little bit better. Yeah, put the sharpness right there, but I think I'm okay with that. All right, it's not terrible. Yeah, and I think I just need to remember not to go around so fast. I think the Betsy wouldn't have flipped over kind of deal. So let me run back and get the train, but I think that's about it. I think we've accomplished everything on my list that I wanted to get done. So since we have a few minutes, why don't we just take, the train trip? It won't take the rest. It might be a little bit of a short episode. So I'll be back in a few seconds. We'll take the trip down here and see how it goes. Have I got a story to tell? Something like that anyway. I am having a mess and I'm launching cars. I only did it the once. Let's come back over here. I'm going to grab this guy again. Hopefully I don't lose one. I actually just saved it, so. But I just tried to put this guy down over here. Watch this. Oops. I lost my message. All right, let's see. Can we get this guy to go? All right. No. Yeah, so see, I think unfortunately, I didn't save before I was doing too much of this kind of stuff. So let's see. Yeah, flat car, can we get you? Yeah, let's see if I put them. Look at that. So let's just see if we can't demolish everything. Yeah, I have no idea why that's causing such a problem, right? So we're just going to try to redo all of this. Without doing too much. There we go. That's a nice spot. So let's just spam click in here, right? Especially if I ever get a... it didn't seem to be doing it down there. I don't want to delete the bridge. All right, let's see. Can we just... A little concerning that I can't grab that car and put it back on here, but let's just see what... This was where I did the fancy variable grade too, if you remember. With different slopes. Yeah, I'm going to try... All right, then we'll go down from here. We'll match up to that. Just one shot, I guess. So did it have something to do? I have no idea. I'm just completely guessing. Yeah, -4 grade. I think that's what this generally was, right? So we don't want to cover that. Let's do minus... All right, we'll have that swoop in so it's... Now when we're laying this, let's see if we see anything odd. Yeah, let me go back. I want to go straight. Reasonably straight anyway. Right, so it's just doing that. Allow us to put one of these back on here. Now look how I didn't click on anything. It just says flat car. Yeah, I didn't really do that very nice. It's not, the whole thing's off a little bit as far as, but I can make it look a little bit nicer. All right, so let's see if I re-rail. Look, it says flat car. Why does it say flat car? It doesn't usually say flat car until you actually pick. Yeah, let's say freight. All right, I'll be right back. Let me just restart. And I'm back in again. Let's see what happens if I hit the re-rail tool. Yeah, it doesn't say anything there, which is good. I click. Hey. Brake on, I hope. Now, I also noticed when this was all happening, I wasn't really my rotation almost was like I was leaning. Maybe I was at some point. All right. Let's go ahead and see if we can't do another one. I wish I had been recording, of course, but yeah, well, we're not flipping up in the air in the same spot like we were. It could have been who knows what. All right, so let's see if we can get this car. It's got that one. You can see they were flying around, right? Because that one's all the way up there. And I was expecting to find them. Now this one might be glitched. We'll have to see. This was the one I first clicked on. All right. Yeah, see, some of these can get glitched somehow. At least that's what we ran into in the other episode. All right. Now let's just see. It's going right to flat car, so there's something wrong with this one. So what I'm going to have to do, I guess, is I don't have a lot of money. These aren't that expensive, but the worst part is we lose all those steel rails. There's no way to get them off. We could try to cut the trees down, right? I think is it because it's glitched into the tree? Okay, we cut that one. See, I think we're like, there you go. Now we're glitched into the ground. See, I did not select that. Now can I click on it and nope, there we go. Oh, look at that. Nice. Yep, we got a brake on. No links. All right, no link there. I don't want to spend too much time with this. This is the rail fixing. Yeah, I think I'm running out of room a little bit. Let's run these together, right? All right, so where's the brake on this one? Yeah, like when I was jumping down and whatnot, it was very odd. And if you guys don't know, like these things are like if you need to activate them sometimes. All right. Keep a couple brakes on as we do this, right? This one's got a link. No link. Put a link in here since that seems to be what I'm doing. All right, see how it's not until I get back on it that it starts to move. And I think that's because, no, it could, there you go. I think too 2 brakes should be okay for now. Let's see, can we get this one? Who knows if we even lost cars. But that was interesting to know that I got rid of that tree and... Oh. Okay, well that was not exactly... There you go, that was pro move there. Alright, well let me try to find all of these and see if we got all the cars. I know they're not in the same order anymore, but... Alright, I'll be right back. Well, I got it all together again, and we seem to have all the rail cars. So we got 4 of these wood ones, then I could see 6 over there, and then 3 steel ones. So we're in good shape. I've got the heat turned on. I don't know if I fixed it by deleting it. Maybe it was one of the server restarts. I know some people on Steam at least to keep trying to tell people to restart the server. That never worked. That didn't work for me. I did restart it, and it just... That's when it launched the one like way up in the air, which I hadn't seen before, or else I probably would have come back just for the sheer entertainment value of... Oh, we're doing reverser. I don't want to do reverser. Let's give it a test to make sure they're all attached, right? Yeah, because there was one that just became unattached. All right, so there we go. So now let's head up the hill. Well, just as well, we could see maybe what we did from start to finish, right? It won't take that much longer to drive up this hill, I don't think. Well, all of them are coming with us. So let's just see what happens as we go past this spot. Like, is there any glitchiness or anything? No, nothing I can see. I don't know. I do want to try to push it, not so much down here. I'm pretty sure this is all working okay, but get a good idea of the speed. Like, so it might be a little loud without too many comments because I feel like I have to yell, but. Feel the engine bogging down. You can hear it. This is the spot where I put the brick wall because I get going too fast. This is one of the steeper sections. this was a bad turn before. This is one of the big ones we just straightened out. Looking good so far. Let's see how the cars all go around this turn. Nice. One of our nice new straighter sections right here. I think it's pretty close to the first time this has ever been tested, if you don't count my backing up. But then once we get onto the regular bridge, or the big bridge, that'll be the real test of our work today. Very smooth. I don't see any issues. I don't see. The big thing is look at how much this guy vibrating around. Now he starts vibrating anyway, but so now we got to be a little bit careful coming down this hill. There's a little bit of a hump back there, but that's it. We really didn't do that. That's not perfect up there, is it? We didn't redo that section. This should be 90% better at least, if not 100%. Let's take a little break off just to try to. I'll give it more tests as I drive. I'll get a little more courageous with my speed, but yeah, look at that. Compared to before, that's just smooth as silk. Let's get rid of the brake. So this should all be level right here, or pretty close to it. Well, maybe it's a little downhill. I forget. No, I think no, it's level. That's right. We definitely very much redid all this to make it more level. pretty reasonable. We didn't redo that. I think we redid starting about here. Right? Let's see if this... Seems like the whole thing surges sometimes. I'm not sure. This is... Alright, so this is all redone. Certainly straighter through here. Straight on into this turn now. Let's just take this one at 40. Like I said, I'll get more courageous as I see how we go through them. I've done enough derail fixing. Is there any indication that we're going too fast? As a matter of fact, we're bogging down a little bit. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a good look at, is everything smooth, you know? The last thing you need on a tight turn is lack of smoothness. All of this has been redone. And this is all original. We didn't change this, so there we go. I think we've solved what ended up taking a lot of extra hours of me re-railing and fixing things, and I don't know how many hours it's been. It's got to be 6 or 8 hours worth of, from the time I started that episode to bring the first trip. This is only my second trip of this, the boards and the coal and the the rails and the beams. How about we just try the right words? And there we are. So this gets pretty steep and treacherous, but the reason we can't pull in slow and pull up and get a delivery done. We don't need water or firewood. I think I might even get rid of the firewood thing here. It's really kind of unnecessary. It doesn't have any wood in it. It's nice, but I don't see us coming up here with trains that don't have at least a decent sized tender. That was part of the thing about having firewood things every place. Can we all make it up here? It's hard to see that there isn't a last car there of beams, but I don't like that the beam car is the last one because I can't really see it a lot of times past the beams. That rail car kind of blends in back there. Slow down a lot. Nice. And then this is pretty darn sharp. This is nothing to laugh at as far as sharpness goes on turns, but we're making it. But if you're not careful, you could definitely derail right there. And I definitely like the not having all these cars in the same order, though I got out of my normal order, you know, where we will drop off at least some of these beams before we get to that last thing. We'll put 20 rails in there depending on exactly where I need to stop, and we'll be good to go. But again, this is the rail fixing episode, so let me just pull up here and see. I did learn that stopping right there is a spot. Right where this wheel is the same length that the rest of the car would be. So this is, like, in other words, we're pretty close to the middle of all these marks because of that. Now let's see, is this where we want to be? Well, we can unload one of them. There we go. So we're unloading stuff up here. So I have, look, we have 70. We need to get up to 150. So I have 3 more trips to make to get enough coal up here, but then we should have 160 coal. So we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the episode. We fixed everything that I need to fix, so I'm not sure when we'll have another one of these episodes. Not everything in the whole map, but at least we've got everything up here, so that'll let me continue with the 200 barrels of oil. And as we run into problems and issues, we'll have more of these episodes. Or not. Hopefully, in some ways, I hope it's the end of it. Then it'll just be Rever's improving Railroad Online Rails or something like that. All right. I hope you have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.